Hello everybody, it's Maikito. Quickly going over yesterday's picks. Player prop wise, I went 5-2. I had two added plays. That was Angulo higher than 0.5 shots and Paintsale higher than 2.5 shots. Both of those hit. Joseph Martinez higher than 2.5 shots. That one hit. That was a bit of a sweat. Still came through. Agada higher than 2.5 shots was a sweat as well. He had 0 at halftime. Came through and got 3 in the second half. Carlos Rodriguez to go higher than 0.5 shots. I believe he ended with like 3. That was easy as well. And there are 2 misses. Was Selassie higher than 1.5 shots. He didn't take 1 sadly. And then Gignac higher than 2.5. He had 2 and they took the lead. He was the one that scored with his second shot. They took the lead. They took him out. They were just trying to play defensively, so I understand that. And then money line wise, I went 2-2, and the plays were all close to like one was minus 110, one was plus 100 and stuff. So still decent. The 2 misses were Cruz Azul. They tied against Toluca, and then Sporting Kansas City against St. Louis. They drew as well. But Minnesota beat San Jose and Monterrey beat Querétaro. So overall, still a pretty good day. There's only 2 games today, and at first I wasn't going to post anything, but after today there won't be games for like 4 or 5 days because they're preparing for the League's Cup. So I will be posting for those, but I wanted to go ahead and at least make a video and get some picks for you guys before we take a little 4 or 5 day break. So I'll get straight into those. My first pick is Jorge Ruvalcaba to go higher than 2.5 shots, playing at home for Pumas going up against Pachuca. He's gone over this mark in 2 out of 3 games. He had 5 against León, 6 against Santos, and his only miss was where his last game where he had 2 versus Juarez. He plays on the left, and whenever they get free kicks on that side, he takes those. He's also a counterattack and a fast break threat. He's quick. He's 22. He has a lot of energy, and he's very, very fast. So he's a threat there. And when they're in the attack, he likes to cut in and shoot with his right foot, which is easier for him. It's not that hard to be able to just cut in and then shoot. We just need him to do that 3 times. And if you look at Pumas' games that they've played, they played Monterrey. Monterrey took 8 shots against them, but that was only because they took an early lead. So they had no reason to attack. They gave León 11, and they gave San Luis 10. So that's an average defense. And if you look at the games that Pumas have played, they've taken 14 against León, 28 against Santos, and 12 against Juarez. So they're good in the attack, and they're good at finding opportunities. And they're playing at home against Pachuca, who have an average defense. Average they've allowed around 10. I expect Pumas to take about 12 to 14 at least. And like I said, he had 5 in one, 6 in the other, and he just went under in the away game. But now he's playing at home, and he's played full minutes in all 3 games. For a player that's taken 5 shots and 6 shots for his line to be at 2.5, just because he missed once away from home. Now he's playing at home. I like Jorge Ruvalcaba to go higher than 2.5 shots. My next prop is his teammate, Cesar Huerta to go higher than 0.5 shots on target. I believe I had him in my added plays in the first or second game. I've taken him before, and he hit for us, and I'm taking him again. He's gone over in all 3 games, and they just played in May, and he went over in that game as well. And he, in my opinion, is their most important player. He's already had links in general to go play in Europe. He's a pretty decent player. He's a great attacking threat, and he's also a great playmaker. So he's very important and vital to this Pumas attack. And last season in the Clausura, he had 23 shots with his right and 13 with his left. So he shoots with either foot, which is good for us because any chance that he's given, whether it's with his right or with his left, he'll take that shot. We just need him to find one on target. And he's also their penalty taker. Pumas haven't taken a penalty yet, but I want to put that out there as well because if they do get that penalty, he'll be the one taking it, and he'll easily catch there as well. And if you look at his shots in the Clausura, 15 out of his 39 shots were on target. In the Apertura, 22 out of 47 shots were on target. So right about half of his shots are on target. So it's a pretty good clinical, I guess I should say. When he shoots, it's pretty good chance he's going to go on target. So if we think of that logic, his normal shots line aren't up. I would believe it would be about 2.5. If he just he for sure takes 2 in my opinion, and I'm pretty confident that one of them will be on target. So I like Cesar Huerta to go higher than 0.5 shots on target. I want to give a shout out to my partner, Underdog Fantasy. You can use code Maikito in the description. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. And also have the YouTube membership for those that are interested. Those are the people that get the video out before anybody else, get the plays before anybody else to try to avoid potential bumps and plays getting taken away, because it does happen pretty often. Well, not to say pretty often, but it happens quite a few times. And it's also a great way to support the channel if you ever want to do that. And I also have my Cashapp link in the description if you ever want to donate and feel generous. Never required, but it's also appreciated, and I want to thank anybody who supports me in any way. My next play is Alfonso Blanco to go higher to 2.5 saves, playing at home for León, going up against Necaxa. He's gone over this mark in all 3 games. He had 4 against Pumas, 3 against Pachuca, and 6 against Puebla. I took him last game. I'm taking him again. And Necaxa's attack has been decent when it comes to them shooting in general. They played Tigres, who was at home, so they played Tigres away from home, who has a tough defense, and they had 3 on target against them. And then they played at home against Puebla, and they had 9 on target. And then this last game, they played Monterrey at home, and they had 2 on target, which they would have had more in my opinion, but they had a red card. León showed vulnerability this last game with Puebla when they played on the counter. They only had 38% of the ball and took 22 shots. So I believe Necaxa can go out there and try to do the same thing. To try to hit them on the counter. It's not like León's defense has been good or anything this season. Like I said, they just allowed 22 shots against Puebla. And Necaxa has players that are willing to shoot the ball a lot, like Gambino, Paradela, and Palavecino. So I think this is a good mark. Usually lines are at like around 2.5 for goalkeepers that are at home, just because of they have quote-unquote better defense. But I don't think this is the case for León, especially in the Liga MX. Players will shoot from anywhere. Shots can come from anywhere. And he's already gone over in all 3 games. And Necaxa has had 3+ shots on target in 2 out of the 3 games. And so far this season, he saved 68.4% of shots that he's faced, which is a pretty decent save rate. So we just need him to get 3 saves. I like that. I like Alfonso Blanco to go higher than 2.5 saves. And then my last play on the other side is Jose Paradela to go higher than 1.5 shots assisted, playing away from home for Necaxa, going up against León. He's gone over in 2 out of the 3 games. He went under with 1 against Tigres in the first game, went over with 5 against Puebla, and went over with 4 against Monterrey. He is their corner kick taker. He plays long balls. He plays through balls. He's their number 10. He's their playmaker, the one that tries to find his teammates and stuff like that. And if you look at the passes that he's done in his last 3 games, when it comes to completion rate, I'll explain why. He hit 30 for 43 in his first, 29 for 40 in his second, and 15 for 33 in his 19 for 33 in his third game. And the reason why I say that is because he goes for the kill, in the sense that he goes for the long balls, he plays for the through balls, he goes to try to find his teammates. He's not just playing safe passes back to his wingers or back to his midfielders. He likes to play that long ball through his wingers to his striker, try to get them involved in the attack. So he is the one that's trying to find his teammates and trying to find them to shoot the ball. And the only under where he didn't go over this mark against Tigres, where he had 1 in the first game, he didn't take any of the corners, and then the second and third game he was taking their corners. So it looks like after the first game he became their corner piece taker, and it's been working pretty well for them, which is why he's gone over this mark a lot. And he's gonna get plenty of opportunities against León, plenty of corners, at least 4 to 5. They're gonna have shots against them. We just need his teammates to find 2 of those, whether it's on the corners, headers, playing through balls. He's very direct, which is what I like. So like Jose Paradela to go higher than 1.5 shots assisted. For the most part, both of these games are pretty even, which is why I didn't want to pick any money lines and stuff like that. So if I do add anything when it comes to just money lines, or maybe more players, more props that pop up, I will add them in the pinned comment in the description, just like I did yesterday. Went 2 for 2 on those last video. But other than that, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you could like the video, comment as well. It helps boost the video out to more people. Anything you put on there helps. But I hope everybody has a good day if we can cash out today.